Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Eric Everman, and today's topic is a continuation of the case study we're running here, where we want to build a WordPress blog from scratch. And we have in the previous video showed you how to order content, and now the content has arrived. And in this video I will show you how to actually take this content and create a blog post around that content. In the previous video I showed you how to use a ordering template in order to give the instructions to the content writer to provide the content in the specific way that I wanted to be delivered, what topics to cover, and how many words approximately I want them to write in each paragraph, basically. So I will just put myself out of the way, and we can start by looking into WordPress, the current WordPress setup that I have here. So as you can see, I've already created a sort of a draft of this new article, and previously, so far, we have published two articles, one generic Gecko as pets post and one targeting the topic of humidity for crested geckos. Now if we go into this post which is in draft, so I prefer basically writing my template within WordPress, because then I can just copy that out as a document and send it to be written, and then I can just copy paste in the text that I'm getting back. So you can see here basically this is the same content that I showed you in the previous video, where I had it in a Google Docs document instead. So step one basically will be to insert the text that I have here. You see here is the order template, and here is all the text that I have received back from this order. So what I will do is basically for each paragraph I will copy, then paste it back into WordPress, and once that is done I have sort of the foundation of this article. And then before I publish it, I of course need to add a table of content, because that will help winning some one of the snippets that we want to have in Google, and I want to add a featured image, because that will help making this article look better in the search result if it sort of gets picked up and appreciated by Google the way I'm hoping. I have a sheet note here, and I will also add some, of course, images within the article to make it more aesthetic and interesting to read, and I will get those from Canva, since I have a sort of a subscription with Canva, and then you get lots of nice images, and it's really nice and fast. Just like I do here, I can search for crested gecko, and I will probably end up with lots of, sorry, I need to take photos, crested geckos I will search for, and then I will get lots of images, so I can just copy in those in the article. And I will add a nice title and description in the sort of SEO parts of the WordPress article down here. You see here we have the Yoast SEO settings, and to make it look nice I will add a nice title custom made for this article, and I will add a meta description. This is sort of the window we provide to the article in Google search, so we need to make this look as interesting as possible. And I will also create a nice permalink, but it's sort of already created for me good enough. So what I will do now, I will take, like I told you guys, I will start with the first introductory text, and I will mark it like this, copy, and I will paste it under the title for this specific article, and that's done. And then I go to the next part, which is crested gecko sexing, determining the gender basically of the gecko. Basically, what I will do now in the background is to copy paste in every paragraph in this document I received from my writer, and I will insert it into the appropriate place in the post here in WordPress. Okay, so now I've done all this. I've copied in all the text that I got from my copywriter, and now the article looks like this. We can actually preview it in a new tab, and we can see what we have at this time to sort of work further along with. So we have the main title, an introduction, we have a few H2s with subheadings, and lots of interesting text about the breeding crested geckos, and it's looking pretty nice as a starting point. And we will go back and close this one. And then the next thing that I found really useful to have in all my articles when it comes to making things look nice in Google search and helping Google to pick up interesting stuff to index and create lots of ranking opportunities for is to do this shortcode TOC. You can have it in your side menu and whatever, but I just usually for starters put it in here, and we can save it, and I can show you what will happen if you use that. You will end up with a nice table of contents. It's one of the plugins I recommended when setting up a default affiliate marketing WordPress installation in one of the first videos in this case study. So you see, this is what you get from using that shortcode. A table of contents. This title can be changed to your liking in the configuration of the plugin. So then also the user that is coming here looking for content can jump into exactly what they're interested in. And as I said, I find this to really help a lot when it comes to ranking lots of the content in the actual article itself. Now, next on the agenda is to add featured image, because that will be at many points at least shown within the Google search results. So I've created this image in advance, I could say also, so you understand that. I go in here, and I will, you will probably not see this in the video, but I will open, have stored an image locally on my computer. So now I just drag it into this window in WordPress and drop it, so it will be uploaded automatically, and it will be crunched, or so to say. It will be compressed by the plugin we talked about in the installation, and I will add the crested gecko breeding. I just usually add some basic alt text for possible ranking advantages. So now we have at least one. It's not a very good image, but still it's a image. I will set the category to crested gecko, since that's where it belongs. I will just save the draft, so we're done with that. So we have done the table of contents, we have added the featured image, and now basically what I will do is I will just open up Canva, and I will just take a few pictures from Canva and use the snipping tool to copy them. And since I have a subscription, this is legal as far as I understand. I will just snip it, and I will just insert on random locations some. Of course, you should do this a bit more thorough when you do it for real, but for this video I'll just make it quick, and I will see crested gecko sexing, for example. So I just add some relevant alt text for each image. I might put in some additional images later on, but I just want to show you one of the steps when I create the blog post, that I just insert a few images in text, surrounded by text, and adding some alt text to make it attractive to Google search. And okay, the next steps are actually the other on-page SEO steps that is more related to how we want our article to show up in Google search. And I'll just do a very simple one. I usually insert some nice graphics as well to make it stand out from all other content. All about crested gecko reading. Actually, I think Google has stated that you should have the actual search, what you're trying to rank for, at the beginning. So I'll just do like this, crested gecko breeding, and learn all about breeding crested geckos. That's it. That is the title we want, and I will just come up with some description. I will do the same here, start off with the actual major keyword we want to rank for, crested gecko reading. Is very easy and can be a lot of fun. Breeding, okay, not completely English. Breeding is very easy and can be lots of fun. In our guide to not that good, on how to breed crested geckos, you will learn all about it. Yeah, maybe not that salesy, but still it's a title and it's a description. I might fine-tune it later on, but it's very important to have no spelling errors, and it's important to include the main keyword that you're targeting. And also actually I should try to sneak in some sub keywords in the title and description, but I'll do that at a later time. But for your sake, consider, if possible, to insert at least the main ranking keyword phrase you want to be ranking for, and if possible, sneak in like a sub phrase as well. Okay, that's title and description. Now we basically just need to publish. We should actually preview it first and see that stuff is looking nice. We have the featured image on top, we have a table of contents, we have lots of nice text, and we come up with a nice image here pretty early to keep people interested, and we have one image here. Then we have maybe too much text before an image, so I might insert another image. And yeah, here we have lots of text. I should maybe insert 1 or 2, maybe 3 more images. But that's for another time. I will just post this, publish this, publish, and I will view the post. Now that it is live, always check your link here, or the URL, so you're happy with that, because once the article is ranking, it's less fun to update this one, because that's the address Google is sending your traffic to. I mean, you could do redirects, but who wants to do stuff like that? And anyway, so this is how it looks. And the last step to speed up the sort of ranking procedure or getting it indexed fairly quickly is to go into Google Search Console and have them ask them nicely to start indexing this page as soon as possible. So I'll just open my search console. So here we are in the search console for this case study website, and I will paste the URL into up here, press enter, and Google is fetching data from the index, and it will probably not find it on Google as they're stating here. And what we could do next to have them index the page as soon as possible is to press request indexing. And they are sort of testing it first to can we index it, and once that test is completed, this page will be put in a queue for pages that are in line for getting indexed on Google. And that could depending on how well Google is thinking of your website, it might take 1 hour, 30 minutes, or several days to be indexed. It's sort of, the longer you have been running your site, the quicker it usually gets to be indexed. So we have a confirmation, indexing has been requested, and that's all for that's all for how I do the workflow of creating a new post on my affiliate websites. So please, if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer what I can answer. Of course, this is just one way of doing a blog post for affiliate websites. There are like as many ways to do it as there are affiliate marketers, but this is just meant for some inspiration, especially for beginners who doesn't really have their own workflow and can take some inspiration about this. And actually, we could also take the time to have a look in the performance part of this. You see, we're actually starting to get some clicks already and impressions, but what I find most interesting to look at is all the queries that Google is telling us that we are starting to rank for, even if we're not ranking high. We can add that measure here. We can add average position. Then we can see for each query what is the current position in the ranking. So we have of course not reached any top ranking first pages yet, but what is fun to watch now in the beginning is to see the increase of number of queries that we are ranking for. So in the beginning this was nothing, and then I think I got one ranking from Gecko for Sale Essex. That page has been removed since I rethought my structure of the website. And then all this temperature, humidity are coming from the article published about a week ago about the crested gecko humidity topic. So hopefully within a week or two we will start getting better positions here, and the article we published today will start getting some queries ranked in Google as well. Okay, time to wrap up this video about creating blog posts for affiliate websites. Thank you for your patience to watch this, and have a great day. See you in the next video.